Greetings, readers of Pez Chronicles. Yes, it's me again, not Greg, hopefully with a slightly better quality of sound this time. I've changed the microphone setup, still using the telephone. The telephone, get me. Still using the long distance telephone thing to record my voice, but I'm slightly distracted by the menus here. I'm in FIFA 16, of course. FIFA 16. Playing a career that I started a couple of days ago in the immediate aftermath of finishing PES 2014. I started as, of course, Coventry City. Well, let's just get on with it, shall we? Here we are, going into the pre-match kit selection screen. Now here I've got a problem already, as I like the two teams on a virtual football pitch to be as distinct as possible. And although those two kits, they are distinct, and I wouldn't have a problem playing with them, I want them to be more distinct. I don't want to have to take that split second to distinguish kind of similar hued shirts from one another. So I'll probably go with the away Coventry kit for this match against Port Vale. Now here's my team. You'll see I've still got Joe Cole there. Joe Cole is long gone, of course, from the real life Coventry City, assuming there is such a thing. And look at my goalkeeper. I've got Kirali. I picked him up on a free transfer, well, next to free, just before the season started. Doing quite well. Let me show you my settings. Playing on 5 minutes, professional, with the default ball. Haven't touched the sliders. Slow speed, that's what I was looking for, just to show you, slow speed. Everything's about the slow speed here, which is still faster than I would like. Let's see how we get on. This is the team. I'm really just here to play the game and talk over it about whatever comes to mind. Hopefully quite a bit of FIFA 16 and maybe other things. Let's see. When you click play match on FIFA, there's a little pause which is very un-FIFA-like before it actually gets going. The pre-match game. Joe Cole is the man taking penalties. I don't usually play these, and I'm not going to play this one. Anything like this still strikes me as it's not something I really want to see. I was quite happy with the old next-gen FIFA, where you just had a player in the arena and you just messed about for 20 seconds before the game loaded, doing what you wanted to do. I'd never wanted these mini-games, and some of them are okay, and sometimes I will play one, but I'm not going to now. Right, here we go. I'm excited. I've played this a little bit already before the match you're seeing now. I've played about, in total, since PES 2014 ended, I've probably played about 6 or 7 matches, including the ones I've played here as Coventry City. And it's good. I like FIFA 16. It's a good game. Do I like it as much as FIFA 15, which I did like very much? I don't yet know. And maybe I'll get a chance to find out. Maybe I won't. Let's get this thing started. I keep pressing start because that's the Pro Evo thing to do. And I'll probably do that a few times in the course of this video, which only pauses the match in FIFA, of course. Right, here we go. You might have noticed on my previous video, the PES 2016 video, I didn't actually score a goal or make much of any kind of chance to score a goal. It's because I was distracted, really, by... as I'm distracted now, I was distracted by having to talk. So what I'm going to do is, when I sense something interesting going on, I will pause in what I'm saying, which annoys me in Let's Play style videos, when the person's saying something that might be interesting or might not, and something happens on the screen that distracts them, and they go quiet or start talking about that, and then never resume the original thing they're saying. And that really irritates me in Let's Play videos, so I'm going to try not to do it myself, but I may do. I may do. Anyway. Don't know if you can see that, but I've just had a notification that the battery level of the DualShock 4 is running low. Fortunately, I have got a spare all charged up and ready to go. So, let's just see what happens. Right, FIFA 16. It's got that FIFA feel. The feel that every FIFA has. Even when it feels like PES, it still feels like FIFA. That's usually an insult from a Pro Evo fan, and it still is on the PES forums, I notice, and I still recognise it as an insult. If I, for example, think that FIFA 16 feels a bit FIFA, I'm not having a good feeling. I'm automatically, oh shit. I should have stopped talking there and just focused on that little opening I had. It was because I was waxing on about what I feel when I talk about FIFA that my focus just dipped. I could have made more of that situation outside the box just now. I know I could. So doing this, talking over a football game whilst playing it, doesn't do a football game any great service. Now maybe this is an explanation for why all those Gamescom videos of Pro Evo that we'll soon be seeing again always look so terrible. The game never looks great in them. I don't care what you say. I don't care what little moment you pick out and say, that was good, or that was great, or that was amazing. It's only ever a moment, isn't it? You don't get that sustained feeling of wondrousness that you often can get when playing a game yourself and not talking about it. So I'm going to go mostly quiet just for a few minutes while I try to make something happen and stop the CPU from making something happen. Right, okay, let's see if I can build something quietly here. See how much better my play became when I just played without talking about it. I don't know. I'll try and talk a bit more because I don't want to keep silent for the rest of this. I came to talk. Oh yes! Tudgay has been brilliant, I tell you, in these 6 matches I've played. Tudgay, and in FIFA 15, Tudgay, a big star of the early stages of a Coventry City career mode game. And that was a classic Tudgay header. Just having some tea there. That was very enjoyable. And look at that. A power header down and into the corner. You can't get much more of an eerily lifelike moment than that in a football game. It's tempting always to compare and contrast with PES 2016, which doesn't feature many, if any, headers that are even similar to that, never mind like it. Similar and like are slightly different things in my world. Anyway, 1-0 up, and I think that's the first goal I've scored on one of these. So I'd love to score a belter, a real massive long distance goal. A few minutes ago I was talking about the FIFA feeling and why whenever I mention a FIFA game feeling like FIFA, it's got to be a negative. The reason for that is, as good as FIFA has become since FIFA 08, and I would even put it as far back as FIFA 07. Yes, I thought FIFA 07 on the PS2 was a decent football game. Go ahead and crucify me, you hardcore fanboys, as they say on the forums. As far ago as FIFA 08 anyway, FIFA has been a good football game, I would say, with very few real turkeys amongst them. Few of them have ever lasted long for me. I haven't played... Bollocks! I could and should have stopped that several times. See how I was relying on the slide tackle to defend? That's PES 2016 for you, and a bit of PES 2014 to be fair. The slide tackle on FIFA 16, and this is a great thing, hasn't got the power that it has on PES 2016, 15 and 14. But having played so much of those 3 PES games, especially recently, it's kind of baked in to my muscle memory to be attempting that all the time. And I have forgotten what I was saying, kind of. No, FIFA 08. FIFA 08 saw a big change for FIFA. It actually became something that I believe any Pro Evo fan could get something from. You don't have to take it seriously, but you have to acknowledge that it's changed, and it's no longer, ooh, you bastard, it's no longer the joke game that it once used to be, and very comfortingly used to be as well. And I mean comforting in the sense that, hang on a sec, I'm just gonna, I don't want to, ooh, yeah. Oh, that was a nice little moment, wasn't it, Joe Cole? That little moment of randomness is always pleasant to see in a football game, isn't it? Keepers, edge of the glove, off the turf, onto the bar, back again. Yes, I think they deliberately program stuff like that in to happen every now and then, you know. It's just, you know, it's just, they must know from focus testing that it pleases us to see things like that. And if I was making a football game, I would make sure things like that happened, and I'd play dirty to make sure it happened as well. I really would. Every 10, 15 matches, a script would come into play, and any suitable shot would generate a moment like that if I was programming a game like this. Am I a cynic? Of course I am. Anyway.
It's coming down now. It's going to add to the thrills.
Anyway, I just had to go and do some saving of the first half, because I think this video I'm on now is going to be longer than the previous ones, and it's going to be longer than the default 15 minutes that the PS4 provides. Well, I say default, I meant to say the longest possible recording segment that the PS4 provides. And I'm just having a sip of tea. I thought that was quite a good game in the first half. But one thing I'm going to look at now is show you the match facts, and let's look at something very important to me in a football game. Very important indeed, and that's the number of fouls and free kicks that have taken place. So far, as you can see, 0-0 on both sides. The ball has been in almost continuous play for the entirety of that first half, with one solitary corner to myself, and the 2 kickoffs after the 2 goals being the only occasions when the ball went dead. I don't like that, and I deplore the way that has become the new acceptable norm in football gaming. I believe it's not registered enough on the PES forums, it's not noticed enough, it's not argued about enough. When it comes up, it tends to just be dismissed as either the way things are now or the way things people want them to be, and it's not. I would prefer a PES 5 level of 5 or even 10 fouls per side per game. And don't tell me that's just not possible, because we all know it is, and we all know why it's no longer in the game. But anyway, I did notice Joe Cole losing a bit of stamina there, so I'm only going to give him another 15 minutes here. As I was laboriously saying all the way through that first half, FIFA has been a serious game for nearly 10 years now, arguably for 10 years, because 2007 was 10 football games ago, and I believe FIFA 07 was a decent football game. So, but not getting back to that, I've already covered that, don't know why I'm going back. And when I say things are a bit FIFA, it's because, let me start that again. FIFA became a serious football game by copying PES. The values that made PES great are the ones that have made FIFA better, in as much as they've been mimicked and possibly even improved on in parts. And you've got to be a very, very blinkered, and dare I say it, a very, very insensitive in terms of not being able to distinguish nor detect certain things in a football game. You've got to be your palate must be completely done in as a PES fan if you don't think there is at least something good somewhere in modern day FIFA. You have got to be either a little kid who is looking to PES for some kind of bogus tribal identity that they can, you know, flaunt in other people's faces and get a kick out of, or you've got to be the most blinkered, self-deluded type of person as an adult. FIFA is a good game now, and this is a good game. It is possibly not going to detain me for very long this year, like most FIFAs, because, well, what's happening now, for example, is just a relentless churning scurry for the ball. There's no real. Hang on, I'm just gonna watch what happens here. Just gonna try and get something going. Just want to. Oh, if that had gone a virtual foot higher, Fortune would have been in there. And we all know what Fortune favours, don't we? Yes, the brave. The joke that makes no sense at all, but don't look at it too closely. You'll only hurt yourself. Did I just foul him for it? No, I didn't. It was an offside. I suppose what I'm, you know, groping towards trying to say in the course of this video is that I like FIFA but, and that's it. There's nothing else. I like FIFA but is pretty much what the majority of Pro Evo fans who've been with the Pro Evo series since, you know, the year 2001 or earlier would say about New Star FIFA. I like FIFA, but, and that's it. ... And whatever reason you want to provide after that is almost immaterial, because every Pro Evo fan knows exactly what you mean. I like FIFA, but I find after a couple of sessions I don't really want to play it again. I like FIFA, but I've already played Pro Evo so much this year that my muscle memory is adapted to Pro Evo, and I find it hard to adapt, so, you know, I'm not really going to try. I should have shot earlier then, shouldn't I? Yeah, definitely. You see, I know I'm recording this. I know I'm going to be showing this eventually, and I tried to get too intricate there. Normally my instinct is just to blast it. Where was I? Oh yeah, I'd invented a thing, hadn't I? I like FIFA but. Okay, I like FIFA, but the players aren't individual enough, and I'm used to a higher standard of player individuality, which kind of is a painful thing to say at the moment, because Pro Evo on the player individuality front is nowhere near what it used to be. So the distance between the parties, if you like, in a timely political turn of phrase, oh fucking hell. The difference between Pro Evo and FIFA, just let that goal celebration go to hell, has narrowed in ways that we can only deplore as PES fans. I think I've got a few more I like FIFA buts in me, so I'm just going to get on with them. I like FIFA, but I prefer Master League. Master League offers me the fantastical environment and the, you know, the playground, if you like. Whoa, yes! You see, that was a good goal. The ball felt good, the travel of the ball was good, the time between striking the ball and it going into the net was just long enough for me to start worrying while it was in flight if it was going on or not. And it was Joe Cole, and he's wearing the captain's armband. And I've forgotten the I like FIFA but that I was in. Master League, I think, yeah. Why Career Mode can never match Master League could be another big long spiel in a video all of its own, couldn't it? That's a good goal, that, and a very satisfying goal, just like my first one. Something you would see on TV, definitely. Quite a good game, this. I haven't made any substitutions, and I'm not going to, because time is a-cracking and I think I've covered everything I want to cover. I like FIFA but even in the years when I give it a proper chance, such as last year with FIFA 15, FIFA 12 as well got a proper chance, FIFA's 8 and 9, they got a proper chance. Even in those years, no matter how great an experience I have on it, and often it is a very, very good one, I gave FIFA 15 9 out of 10, and that was generally considered by FIFA fans to be a bad FIFA, so yeah, nearly a Joe Cole goal there. Even in those years when I have a great FIFA experience, it's not as good as even, I would say, my worst Pro Evo experience. A lot of that's due to Master League, of course, and the immersion. Yeah, I nearly got you then. And the immersion that Master League offers me. Oh. But a lot of it isn't. The gameplay in FIFA often feels hollow after a couple of sessions in a way that Pro Evo rarely does. And even a bad Pro Evo is pretty good at maintaining that level of, goodness that we all love in the series, those of us who've been into Pro Evo for a while. And that's about it. And like I said at the start of this, I think I will be playing FIFA 16 for a while. But that while will probably be no more than a week or two. And that really is where I am with FIFA in relation to Pro Evo. I'm still very much a Pro Evo man, and unapologetically so. But things can change, and they have changed in some years. And if Pro Evo continues going down the road I worry it is going down, and the gap between Pro Evo and FIFA in gameplay and immersion terms continues to close in the way it has been doing for the last 2 years at least, then who knows, that whole I like FIFA but thing might disappear up its own butt. And on that note, I will end this. I don't think I can end better than a cheesy pun about butts. Thank you for listening, and we will do this again.